Hello, hello. Welcome back to another set of Go Battle League battles in the Master League category. Um, right now, or in the previous battle, we managed to get ourselves 2 wins out of 5 this time around, which tells me that we're slowly but surely improving, or our battle ranking is slowly but surely getting lower to the point where we're versing people who we're more equally matched with. But in any event, I'm going to go ahead and once again jump into basic rewards because I don't really quite want to spend battle passes while I'm still kind of trying to get my footing in Master League as of right now. So with that, go ahead and jump in for that real quick. Get into Master League. And this time around, I'm going to try my hand with a Dragonite, the return of Jikai, or my Kyogre, and with Mewtwo. Alright, and first matchup for this set is with Master Kloss. Alright, let's see what you got, Master Kloss. And our first matchup is with Machamp. So right out of the gate, I'm thinking we have a fairly positive matchup, with the only major thing to worry about is Rock Slide. But he decided to trade it out with a Kyogre. I should still be fairly okay. And he decided to block out my Dragon Claw. So with that, go ahead and chuck another Dragon Claw his way. So you're willing to block that one? Nope, you're willing to take the hit on that one. Alright, and considering the fact that it did take quite a while to charge that up, I'll go ahead and block it because it is Hydro Pump. That one definitely would have hurt, and it would have hurt a lot. So, very thankful that I was able to block that one. And now we're up against a Tyranitar. Ooh. Alright, with that, I'm going to go ahead and trade out and go in full force with Jikai. Alright, and he decided to switch out with his Machamp, which should be doing some fairly good neutral damage, if I recall correctly, to my Kyogre. But I can also dish out some pretty good neutral damage to their Machamp as well. I'm going to go ahead and use my last shield. Just because, well, I don't want to deal with that Dynamic Punch, because that would have hurt. That would have hurt a lot. And now we just got to deal with the remainder of the Tyranitar, which I should be able to take out or at least heavily damage with this Surf. Alright, so I went with the heavily damage option. And for once in, well, at least my rank 6 career in Master League, we actually managed to start with a win. So once again, GG's and GG's all around. Right. Next round goes against Oscar 4581. So let's see what you've got going on. And first matchup is against a Metagross. Come to think of it, I'm not entirely sure if I actually have anything that properly responds to Metagross. So he is willing to tank it. And I see we both decided to switch out, and he decided to switch out into Melmetal, which is going to be taking fairly good pot shots against me with its electric type fast attack, and Rock Slide is definitely going to be doing some fairly good neutral damage against me. So definitely not quite looking forward to that one. He did decide to block on that one, so I think I will block the second time around. Also because that water type move is nasty. Or that rock slide is fairly nasty. So we decided to block that one. Alright, and we're back at it again. Getting a little bit concerned that my opponent may be experiencing a bit of lag, a little bit of technical difficulties. Not entirely positive, but it's a very good chance that that is the case. Either that or Melmetal just happens to be a little bit slow on the upstart. I'm not entirely sure. But with that, we did manage to get rid of the Melmetal. With that, he comes back with the Metagross, and unfortunately I do not have enough in me to quite finish him off. But I'll go ahead and try and get in as much neutral damage as I can with my Dragonite. Although this might potentially be Meteor Mash, which might possibly one-shot me. Oh, it was very close to, though. Alright, and with that, I'm going to end it out with Mewtwo. But I will hopefully I'm able to tank out this Meteor Mash. That I'm not entirely positive. I kind of was. Alright, and I am able to get one extra attack in before the end. So at the very least, I'm able to take out this Metagross. So plus sides there. And the final one is a Snorlax. Probably had Lick on it, so it licked me to death, virtually. But nonetheless, GG's all around. This is starting to... Which... I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. I mean, dealing with one Steel type is already rough enough for my team. Dealing with two is an entirely different story. But in any event, we get into our third battle with Sick Nullins. Alright, and first matchup is once again a Metagross. Man, anyone and everyone just has Metagross like on standby. It's like insane. It does make me believe I should probably invest in a Metagross at some point in time. Nonetheless, while I am not doing any super effective damage against it, I do believe I'm at least doing a fair amount of neutral damage to it, or a fair amount of damage nonetheless. So I think I'm going to try and see if I can at least keep this up for a little bit longer. I think I'm going to let this mark the end of my Dragonite. GG's, you Psychic. I clicked on the wrong Pokemon. I have officially doomed myself. This. Or maybe he doesn't see it coming, or maybe... No. Maybe he might take away the shield? I did take away the shield. Or did he just tank it? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not going to waste up the shield. Or I just wasted a shield, I'm not entirely sure. Nonetheless, I can at least get rid of this Metagross. Alright, Metagross is out of the picture, but I do still have two Pokemon I have to deal with, so that's not fun. And I didn't quite switch out in time, so unfortunately I believe this is goodbye to my Mewtwo. Yep, there he goes. R.I.P. Mewtwo, you served me well. Alright, so final matchup is against Swampert, and fortunately I do believe I have a little bit of an advantage in this one, but Hydro Cannon is very spammy, so that is going to be quite a problem. And I'll go ahead and counteract with Surf. Does a fairly decent amount of damage, but I think he should get, yeah, he is going to get one more Hydro Cannon out before his passing. So that does leave me with very little health to verse whatever its third one is, but it is Mamoswine. I might be okay. I don't know. I don't know if Surf does enough damage to ultimately be scot-free out of this. Apparently it is. So we are able to come out this with a victory. So GG's all around. Also, much respect to the amount of shinies they had in their team. I think their entire team was actually shinies. So you know, much respect. Much respect. You may not have won, but you've definitely flexed very well in that match. So I can't be mad. Next up is Frank Morales 12. So let's see how this one goes. And this one, our first match is with a Swampert. So I actually have a pretty good matchup with that one. And with that, they agree and switch out. And I'll go ahead and switch out as well into my Kyogre, who I believe should be able to tank this, I'm assuming, Avalanche? Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely okay on that end. But they are going to get one more out, so I'm definitely going to be using the shield on that one, because I'm pretty sure G-Kai wouldn't be looking so great with after a second Avalanche. Alright, so right out of the gate, he brought back Swampert. I believe I should be able to tank this Hydra Cannon. I am. Barely, but I am. I'll go ahead and respond in kind with a Surf. I'm able to do a fairly good amount of damage against him. And I'm going to go ahead and save this shield. Unfortunately, that means the end of G-Kai. R.I.P. man. You did good though. You did good. And I may have jumped the gun a little bit on this Dragon Claw, but well, here we are. Alright, and that marks the end of their Swampert. And we're up to our final match, which is Heatran. As of right now, both of our fast moves do fairly neutral damage against each other, and we're both currently rocking a shield, so I am actually definitely going to go ahead and actually use that shield since I have it on me. His move is Flamethrower, so probably still would have hurt a fair amount, but I don't have to worry as much considering I think the Flamethrower is not as effective against Dragonite. Although in this particular case, it's definitely might be a killing. Yep. That's the end of my Dragonite. GG's. But now I have my full health Mewtwo. And I'm able to get off Psychic real quick. It might be a tad bit overkill, but might as well use it if I got it. And with that, we're able to come out with another victory. So once again, GG's all around. Alright. And with that, I believe this is our final match, and it's against Seared Meat 21. Really digging the Magikarp hat. I always like that thing. And our first matchup is with Melmetal. As much as I like to stay, I'd rather not. And I'll go ahead and boss out my Kyogre. I'll go ahead and block this because I'm pretty sure it's Rock Slide. I don't want to deal with that neutral damage right now. Oh, but he decided to switch out with Rhyperior, of all things. Like of everything to go against my Kyogre, I'm not entirely sure why he went with Rhyperior. But Nonetheless, we were able to take their Rhyperior down, and they come back with a Dragonite. Most likely, maybe they were trying to actually switch out to the Dragonite, but they went with Rhyperior instead. If that's the case, I totally understand. That's definitely happened to me a good amount of times in the past as well, so I can't really argue against it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring back my own Dragonite. I'm going to go ahead and block this attack, although that may not have been the best idea, considering Melmetal is still in queue, and they do still have their own shield still up, so I am definitely not in a particularly good place right now, but I did manage to get rid of their last shield, so that's kind of a plus. Unfortunately, this Rock Slide is going to hurt, and it's going to hurt a lot. Oh, but I still managed to survive, so I should be able to get off maybe one more Dragon Claw before my inevitable demise. I really try and chip away out of as much health away from this Melmetal as I can. It's got Rock Slide going for him. That ends my Dragonite. RIP. And we'll go ahead and close this out with my Mewtwo. I'm very hoping that Mewtwo has enough strength in it to actually take out this Melmetal, but we shall see in a moment. Alright, and Psychic was definitely enough to take out the rest of Melmetal's health. GG's all around. And I'm very happy to say that with this, we come out with I believe we come out with a positive KD. And yeah, we were actually able to win 4 out of the 5 of the matches. So all in all, I'd say fairly solid team. Alright, let's get that Stardust. Got ourselves a fast TM. Always nice. 2 rare candies, which I could probably use to power up my Dialga because it really needs a power up. And finally an encounter with Landorus. Side note, why does Landorus seem nightmarishly far away? In any event, let's go ahead and catch this guy. Maybe. Unfortunately, I don't believe he can run away, so it's just a matter of how much resources is it going to take to catch this guy. Alright, and with that, I believe we just caught ourselves our Pokedex entry, Landorus. Alright, and it knows Rock Throw and Rock Slide. Fairly interesting. And it's got pretty decent IVs, so maybe something worth considering powering up. But yeah, in any event, let me go ahead and claim my rank rewards. I am now much closer to getting myself to rank 7. And yeah, got myself a fairly good amount of Stardust, and my avatar seems to be glitching out a little bit. So I think that should be a signal to probably end this video right here. All in all, I'd say we had a pretty good round this time around. But yeah, in any event, if you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe even consider subscribing as well. And with all of that said, I will see you guys in the next video.